Welcome to Brave Inflections. My name is Claudel Fonek. In this video, I want to talk about a topic that is very important to me, and that is ethics intelligence. You may ask, what on earth is that? You know, we talk about emotional intelligence, adversity intelligence. What is ethics intelligence? So for me, ethics intelligence is your ability to see ethical implications in every situation that you may find yourself in. So the decisions that are being made, the actions that are being taken, to be able to see those ethical implications and to respond appropriately to those. Your ability to see ethical dilemmas and being able to navigate through those ethical dilemmas. It's all part of being ethically intelligent. But let me say from the onset as well that when I talk about ethics, I'm talking about ethics in its broadest sense. I get a little worried that a lot of people, when they think about ethics, they only think about it in terms of fraud and corruption. But ethics goes much, much broader than that. When we talk about ethics intelligence, I think it is important that we look at it from two dimensions. The one is ethics intelligence at the level of the individual. So your ability as an individual to see the ethical implications around you, but very importantly also to be able to see within yourself and recognize within yourself when you may be stepping over the ethical line. I often find that it is so much easier for us as human beings to see unethical behavior in other people, in the actions of other people. But it becomes very difficult for us to see it within ourselves, right? So we can very clearly see that the next person has a conflict of interest. But when we're in a situation where we are conflicted, it's very difficult for us to see it and we become blind to it. And especially when it comes to those very softer nuances around ethics and ethical dilemmas that we may face. The other dimension is that of the organization, right? So I just talked about you as an individual, being able to reflect on yourself, but then the organization as well. Is the organization ethics intelligent? And this is important to see right from the top to the lowest levels within the organization, whether the organization is constantly in a state of readiness when it comes to its ability, or the individuals within the organization collectively being able to see ethical implications, to being able to see ethical dilemmas, and to navigate properly and appropriately through those. And of course, when we talk about organizations, it's important that the right tone is set at the top, but it is also important that those in leadership positions ask themselves the question, what are we doing to measure the ethics intelligence of the organization, and to continually monitor it. It's not enough to just say that we must behave ethically, and this is what the organization stands for, and these are the values of the organization. It's also important that there are proactive interventions being taken to make sure that there is an ethical culture, but then we also measure and we monitor it. So ethics intelligence, to recap, is your ability to see ethical implications in decisions, to see ethical implications in actions that are being taken, to be able to see ethical dilemmas and to be able to navigate through those, whether we're talking about at the level of the individual or the level of the organization. So that continual reflection, especially for those of you in leadership positions, to ask the question, how intelligent are we when it comes to ethics? I mean, do we have ethics intelligence, and are we continually improving in that specific area? So I hope that has given you something to think about, and that it helps you. I deal with different topics on the website. If there's any particular topic that you would like me to have a conversation about, please make that contribution on the website and put that request in, and I'll have a look at it. If it's something that I can talk about, I certainly will. Thank you very much for listening.